Above and Below Haunted. This is your review for 2. Good day, my name is Joe. Today we'll be going over Above and Below Haunted and how it plays with 2 players. Now Above and Below Haunted is a 2 to 4 player game. I believe the expansion or the extras does come with a solo mode, but it's a competitive game which will be played over these 7 rounds where you'll be building out your town, building this above area of houses and building the below area of outposts, all while trying to keep some of these haunted visitors and haunted ghosts away from your area. And hopefully after those 7 rounds, you have the most victory points and you win. So let's see a little bit more how to play. So Above and Below Haunted, everybody's going to start off with the same 3 villagers, but what you do is going to branch off from there. On your turn, you're going to take one of 5 main actions, whether it be get new villagers, build buildings, send ghosts back and forth, hire new villagers for your area, or get resources off your card. And you're going to use your villagers from your ready area and send them over to the exhausted area. So as you get more villagers, you may have more actions to do. But on the turn, you're going to do one of those actions, and it may be read a story in the book. It may be do the certain actions, but you're going to be expanding your area. You're going to be getting new villagers, going on these different quests to open up kind of the below area, which can get you more of these resources. What is interesting about this game is there's a bottom resource track, adventure track, which you are trying to fill up with these different resources, and you get more points the more different resources you have, and then you want to stack up those on there as well. So it's kind of a resource collection game. There's a kind of a tableau building game where your buildings will add a little bit extra. You can ready more villagers on your turn and so forth. The first one to get certain items will get more victory points. And of course, there's a reputation track at the end, depending on some of the decisions you make throughout the game. But that's kind of the essential part of the game is use your villagers you have in your ready area. And then at the end of the turn, ready as many as you have beds with some of a couple of the jars you have as well. And play just passes back and forth for 7 turns. And like I said, whoever has the most victory points at the end wins. Won't go into detail too much about more how to play, but let's see what I thought about the game. So let's talk about the components, rules, and references. The components I really did like in this game. I just thought everything kind of looked nice on the table. Now we did get the upgraded wooden components, which does help quite a bit. The rules themselves, fairly straightforward. I thought it was a fairly good rule book. If you've played Above and Below, you know most of the rules that there are in general. Just a little bit on the different parts of the ghost, different parts of collecting resources and such, but generally follows the Above and Below ready to exhausted, kind of using your villager action selection. The references, these last 3 pages were all that I needed after reading the rules to play the game. Reference on what every single card does, what every single building card does, and then a flow of the game on the back of the rule book. These 2 pages of references is really all you needed to play the game, and I really liked that. Let's talk about setup and table size. Setup, this is going to take you a little bit, probably 5 to 10 minutes to get to the table, just because you have to sort a lot of the different resources, get everybody's play area together, shuffle some cards, kind of set up some of the initial buildings that you need to set up. Like I said, about 5 to 10 minutes to get this to the table. Now, as far as table size goes, each player's tableau is going to grow sideways quite a bit. So with 2 players, you can sit side by side, which we have, but it does take up probably about 6 feet of length for 2 people to sit side by side without starting to overlap some. So with 4 players, I can definitely see this taking up a whole 3 by 6 table size. So now let's talk about the gameplay. And I did like the gameplay. It just flowed nice and smooth, Above and Below style, where you are going to be, your actions are dictated by how many villagers that you have in your ready area. If you want to build something, you need to have a villager with the build hammer. Put them over there, spend the resources. It's nice and intuitive. You want to send somebody on some quest, send at least 2 people. and then roll a dice to see which quests, have the other person read it, look at the different outcomes you can try to do, and try to get the amount of lanterns that you need to complete that certain exploration quest. If you guys don't know, there's a big quest book of things that you are going to find throughout the game. A lot of them are just going to be read 2 to 3 sentences, choose A or B, do that, call it good, move on. You're going to get that kind of helps you free up some of these extra card spots for your outpost down below, the below part, where you can build buildings up top whenever you have enough money. So I like the boats. I can't remember if the boats were the same as above and below, but you can get an automatic 6 when you have to roll some dice. Really good luck mitigation. I really like that. Or you can spend it for just coin income at the end. Once again, you always use what you have. You're not going to ever have a ton of villagers left over unless you're really trying to make a big turn next turn. But you get to use what you have. Your resources are going to come and go quite a bit, and I really like that on this game. As far as the set collection at the bottom, I thought that was really neat. Trying to get one of every resource to try to get you to that maximum track, but knowing that the further items on the track, if you can stack those up, you can get more victory points. So I like the collection of things. The reputation track just kind of, to me, felt a little tacked on. If they took rid of that track altogether, it'd be okay. Buying these different buildings, the artwork, the coins interchange, it's just a lot of fun. Now, as far as the interaction goes, there's a little bit of interaction as far as I can put up a single resource for anyone to buy, but that is negotiable. So I do kind of like that. And then shipping Ghost around to other players also is the interaction of. That's one of the actions, is to get rid of Ghost, and you get rid of all your Ghosts but one and send that Ghost to the other person on a certain building. And it's a small hindrance. You're not really beating them down by doing that, and you're just shipping Ghosts back and forth, and it's all in this reputation track. Like I said, kind of a minor part. It kind of felt a little bit more like overhead, but it still flowed very well, and it did not slow down the game at all. Like I said, this game for me flowed very well with 2 players, and really enjoyed that. So is this game good for 2? Is Above and Below Haunted good for 2? And I do say I like it. I could see it being better at 3 and 4 because of 2 main aspects. One is the trading. I can put 1 good up for trade, but the only person who's going to buy it is my opponent. I know what they're going to buy. I can charge an exorbitant amount if they really need it, but do they need it enough to pay me, 3 or 4 money for it? And I just kind of didn't feel the best in that aspect. I know trading at variable cost can be detrimental to a game as far as king making goes. Now, the other aspect of the game was sending Ghosts. Well, in a 3 to 4 player game, you can send Ghosts to any player. But in a 2-player game, you're just kind of shipping this Ghost or multiple Ghosts kind of just back and forth to each other. It didn't feel too impactful at 2 players. However, the rest of the game felt fine. It flowed really well with 2 players. Everything felt very quick. Say we got this game done in about 1 hour and 15 minutes. I don't know what the box actually says, but I feel like that's a good amount of time for a game like this. I liked the boat mechanic, shipping that across for some luck mitigation. I loved having a lot of villagers at the end, grabbing the resources, looking at the buildings to buy, and just the flow of resources in this game felt very good. And even a 2-player, the minor thing about the trading and the Ghost were okay, just not great. This game didn't do anything outstanding for me, but the problem is I don't have anything bad to say about this game with 2. There was just nothing that I didn't like about this game. It just really wasn't a game that hit the fantastic, the outstanding tier for me. It just didn't do anything outlandish or anything I'll remember. But it's a very good game. If you like that kind of style of maybe you like reading the 3 to 4 sentence style and deciding on things to go and really getting into parts of the story and coming up with a little background for your town, I could see that being very good. Mechanically, this game is fantastic. Just for me, something with the theme just fell a little bit short, but Overall, Above and Below Haunted is a great game. I can see it's been great at 3 and 4. It was very good with 2, minus those 2 things. Like I said, just didn't quite hit that great to outstanding tier for me. But man, this game, just mechanically, like I said, I just don't have anything bad to say about it. It is a very, very good game. Especially, I would say this does play well with 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and until next time,